All right, Kingston, what do you got there?
A monorail.
Is it good?
I need the cockpit too.
After you sit.
Okay, we're gonna go ride the safari. Just get in.
Oh no, you dropped a piece of the monorail.
Was that the first thing you found to stick up your nose?
Before we head out though, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vehicle at all times and stay seated for the entire safari. Hold on tight to any loose articles as well, any hats, glasses, cell phones, cameras, because if anything falls out of the truck, I cannot stop to pick it up. Make sure we're being respectful of these animals as well. Of course, we are guests in their homes after all. But with all of that in mind, welcome to the Little Ituri Forest. We got a whole bunch of animals already. So on our right hand side we have two okapi and a yellow-backed diker up on the hill over there. The yellow-backed diker is the smaller one with the racing stripe on his back. And then we have the okapi with those beautiful stripes. On our left-hand side we have a species of antelope called for diver, because when they feel threatened, of the 3 African rhinos, but adults will weigh around 3,000 pounds. There's a saddle-billed stork on our right-hand side, that very, very tall bird. Saddle-billed storks, animals. They've got those white stripes too for camouflage. They do have a tendency to hide in the Actually the smallest of the pelicans, but their wingspan is still around 7 to 9 feet. And that is a hippopotamus. There's a few hippos actually. We got 2 on the bank and then the rest of them are in the water on the left. And hippos do spend the majority of the crocodile.
You have to be 8.
We've got Nile crocodiles over here on our left. Leaves for 9 months out of the year to conserve water. And they can store hundreds and thousands of gallons in their trunks. Inside. A lot of the animals out on the savannah, like the wildebeest, have a tendency to stick together in these big groups, and they do that for safety in numbers, because these animals can't rely on camouflage like the ones in the forest do. There's just not nearly as many places to hide, and an animal hanging out alone in this big open space is going to be a much easier target. In the corner behind the den, these are African painted dogs. Also known as wild dogs, they are the most successful hunters on the savannah. They like to hang out in the back in this area. We can really see just how sharp the ends of their horns are. These horns are designed for defense. They are curved back the way they are to stop predators. They'll be standing in less than an hour after they're born. And newborn wildebeest can actually be running in 15 minutes. Newborn zebras can be running in 20. We do have some Hartman's Mountain zebra coming around here. Different kinds of zebras are going to have different looking stripes. And Hartman's Mountain zebra, as we can see over here, have these very thick stripes on their back ends. And when zebras move together in groups, the stripes help them blend in with each other, forming this sort of optical illusion effect that makes it really hard for predators to pick a single zebra out of the group to attack, because they all look like one big mass of stripes. We've also got these eland out here, these very large antelopes. So the common eland is the second largest species of antelope in the world. Despite their size, they are excellent jumpers. They can get 6 feet up in the air from a standing position. The tiny little antelopes all here in that tall grass are the springbok. Looks like he's on the move. We're gonna get another angle on him as we keep going. Let's talk about the mandrills over here on the left. Mandrills are the largest. They are recognizable by their super colorful backsides and the male's bright blue and red noses.
Is the elephant?
We are gonna get another angle on our elephant friend right over here. Got a clearing up ahead.
Whoa, whoa. Why?
There you are, buddy. And we know this is an African elephant, of course, because we're in Africa. Sport. I don't know. We are constantly studying these animals' behaviors, figuring out how they family group over here. These family groups are led by a matriarch, who is usually the oldest female in the group, and she's going to be the one who makes decisions for the herd and leads them onto new water.
We've got some flooding.
Getting an excellent demonstration of that elephant's very, very flexible trunk. Those trunks function as kind of a fifth limb. They use them to pick up their food, smack each other around with, even to drink. And to make them as strong and flexible as they are, elephants' trunks actually have more muscles in them than we do in our entire bodies. Now we are coming up on a flamboyance of greater flamingos here. These guys are the largest and lightest pink of their species. But no flamingos start out pink. They come out of their shells looking a bit like... White rhino is the largest of all rhinos. Adults will weigh around 5,000 pounds. But we're seeing some pretty young ones around here. The two smaller rhinos over here are a year old and 2 years old respectively.
Look at that one.
And both of them weigh over 1,000 pounds. Baby rhinos will gain 2 to 4 pounds every day. It looks like these guys are all fresh out of a mud wallow. We can see one of them scraping their face off. You can see a lot of these trees and rocks in this area have mud caked on the sides of them. Because after these animals are done rolling around in the mud, they'll scrape all the excess off on any available surface to get rid of any old skin and any insects as well. The mud gives them this coating that acts a lot like a natural sunscreen. Because they do have sensitive skin like hippos do. But unlike hippos, they can't hide in the water all day, so the mud is their best option. They also like to scrape their horns off on the trees and the rocks because the horns are made out of the same material as your hoofy. These are usually the tallest points on the savanna. And so predators and prey will use them as lookout spots for potential food and potential threats. Predators like lions. Our lion friends are probably getting ready to go to bed soon. They'll sleep for 18 to 20 hours a day. During the day, their eyesight's about the same as ours. At night, it's 6 times better.
Look, there's a baby rhino on
Second
this side.
baby rhino alert over here on the right-hand side. I believe this is one of our younger ones, if not our youngest. Our youngest rhino turned a year old in November. So that's our pretty girl. It looks like we actually have another one of our pretty girls up on the tippy top of the rocks up here. Take a look.
Oh, wow.
She likes to be tall.
She's up there, King.
Cats will be cats. They all want good vantage points. Now the females will do all the hunting in a pride of lions. Males are stay-at-home dads. They hang back to protect the pride. Even when they split up, though, they can communicate over very long distances. Lions have the loudest roar out of any of the big cats. They can be heard up to 5 miles away, even by humans. And each herd has their own distinct, each pride has their own distinct vocalizations. Every lion's roar sounds different. Looks like the rest of the crash is coming together. Chasing away our Bontebok friend. That little brown antelope in the middle over here. Now the Bontebok isn't all that much bigger than the Springbok. And remember how I said some antelopes can't jump? That's this guy. Bontebok can't jump at all, despite being on the smaller side for antelopes. But they are
on the
also
car,
very
Kingston.
useful animals to have around on pastures. Goats have got amazing digestive systems, and they will eat pretty much anything, including the tougher vegetation
Yep,
that
Safari
other cattle
Kingston.
can't or won't eat. So they do kind of act like a more sustainable version of lawnmowers.
Lawnmower.
By getting to know the animals, you share your own corner of the world with. So see what you can do. Maybe you can plant a pollinator garden to help out the honeybees. Or look up what you're putting in your lawn to help keep the waterways clean. And of course, education is one of the most important parts of conservation, and you are already educating yourself just by being here on this safari. So on behalf of all of the animals on the reserve, thank you so much for joining us today.